All right, so in my last video, someone left a comment asking if I could show how I upgraded my Clap app. So I figured, why not? So yeah, here it is. All right, so I went to my repo, checked out an old commit, so we can see it from that point. And this is what the Clap app used to look like, at least for me in my project. So you can see the old style, version, author, about, subcommands. Then it's just a vector of subcommands. I had like all, create, and then in each subcommand you can do the args. So name, whether it was required, the help. This other arg, boolean, to see what the values were. One thing I had to do here that I don't have to do now is, well, I'm not sure if I had to do it then. This is just how I ended up doing it. But I would use a validator to validate whether or not the string was true or false, just so I can make sure I return a boolean. And then it's kind of like that throughout the whole way. So I have create, update, get, and delete. So a basic CRUD app. All right, so this is what it looks like now. As you can see, I'm using the derive parser, and I have debug here just so I can print things out. So I have the CLI app, and then I have my subcommands, which are enums. And then I have my enums here, which are defined as derive subcommand. And then in each one of the enums, you can pass in the arguments, so you can derive the args. So for create, I have just the name, and it's positional. You can tell that because it doesn't have one of these arg things. So this is a positional arg. Here's the documentation that's going to show up, and then what I want to pass in. And then for update, so update is there, update args. We have name, and you can see that it's going to use the tac name, and then you pass in a value. And then it's going to have the value, which is going to be a boolean for true or false. Which one is this? Get args. So I moved all to get. So now you can either get by name or you can get all of them. And the way they're distinct, so you can't pass all and name at the same time, is by using this group. So group is here. So required true, multiple, false. Now you can see that in documentation. And delete is the same as one of the other ones. It's just passing in a name, positional. So let's look at documentation for all of it first. So you can see CLI, command, the commands, create, update, get, delete, help. Then you can do the help for each one. So do create. You can see it's a positional argument, just passing the name. And I'm just printing out everything. So I like this separated the actual app just so we can do it for a show. So let's say name test, and you can see I'm printing out the CLI app, create, name, test. And then what was another one? Update, let's look at update. Update, you can see name, and then value. And then it tells you here that the possible values for value is true and false. So it tells you that up front. And then there was the get. The get had the group, right? So for the group, you can see that in the definition or like the usage, get, name, and then it has the pipe here, which just means or. You can do one or the other. You can't do both. And then when you try to do both, let's do both. Name, hi, all. It says you can't use both. Yeah, so that's all I really did to update it. It was pretty simple, as I said before. Hope that was useful. Peace.